So welcome to this beautiful morning, and it's beautiful to spend it with you as the sun is rising, whether you're inside or outside. The energy of the day at sunrise is really potent. So welcome. Let's get ourselves centered. So take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just look around at this day, wherever you are. See the colors, the light, the textures of this brand new 24 hours that is here, a gift. Notice it, be present for it. This is what we're here for, this is life. Take another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, begin to get a sense of yourself in this space, in your body. Remembering this is your sacred temple, your sacred vehicle to take you through this day. And so be present in it. Being present in your body is one of the master keys to awakening. And then taking another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just know that you are breathing and feel the breath in your body. Feel the cycle of breath as it is in this moment. Feel the life energy of today flowing into your body with each breath that you take. Conscious with the breath, conscious with the body, conscious with this day, and knowing that all is sacred. And as we begin our practice, I invite you to bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. Center yourself here. The focus of our practice today will be on tree pose. And I've chosen tree pose today because in the midst of all this uncertainty and changing wherever you are, it's important to feel grounded, to feel strong in that which you are, so that whatever's going on around you, you have centeredness and stability. And the Buddha said, praise and blame, gain and loss, pleasure and sorrow come and go like the wind. To be happy, rest like a giant tree in the midst of them all. So whatever's going on in your life right now, out there in the world, we can rest like a giant tree in the midst of it all, realizing that this too shall pass. Everything comes and goes like the wind. And so I invite you to choose a way of being in your life that you will practice on your mat this morning. A characteristic, a quality, it could be calm, connectedness, inner peace, courage, strength, confidence, creativity, patience, loving kindness, non-striving, non-judgmentalness. What arises from within you? What is your inner wisdom telling you? Choose a way of being that you can take off your mat and into your life. And repeat that 3 times. I am, or I have, whatever this quality is. And then taking the arms away, taking them overhead, have a stretch to the sky, like the rising sun, feeling this quality rising within you through your practice. And then breathe out, take the arms wide, surround yourself like a golden glow with this quality. And let's come into a little bit of warm up, starting in cat position. And so we're going to warm up our feet as well, because with tree, we need to be really aware of our feet and what's happening there. So tuck your toes under and then press the earth away with your hands, puff up behind your chest a little bit, and then stick out your butt and look forward. And then breathing out, flatten your toes, flatten the tops of your feet, and tuck your pelvis under, push the earth away, bring your chin in towards your throat. Tuck the toes under, stick out your bottom, bring the heart towards the earth and then forward. And then flatten the tops of your feet, push the earth away, tuck the chin, tuck the pelvis. And do that 2 more times, changing where your toes are. So flattening them as you arch upward, tucking the toes as you stick your bottom out and feel the spine awakening as well. Last time. And then keeping the toes tucked, rising up into downward dog. And really actively pressing one heel down and then the other. And I want you to focus as you do this. Often I'll have you focus on your hips, but I want you to focus on your feet, on your toes, on feeling that you're warming up your feet. You'll also feel the warmth coming into your head, your face, your shoulders, your arms. Downward dog is a beautiful, warming, stimulating pose. But feel that you're massaging your feet into the day, noticing how you step with each change of weight from one foot to the other. And then slowly walk your feet in towards your hands. You can have your knees as bent as you need to. Bend deeply, roll your way up to the sky. Take a deep breath in and then breathe out. Open your arms wide. Lovely. Breathe in again. Take the arms high. Breathe out. Fold forward. Breathing in to rise. Breathing out, fold. Breathe in to rise. And then bring the hands to the heart. And have your feet hip width apart. Let's just notice how we're standing on this earth. Feel as if you're pressing your legs away from each other and pressing into the 4 corners of your feet. And you could lift your toes and still feel balanced. Feel a sense of being connected to the earth with strength, the legs active, and the body rising up to the sky with awareness. Breathing in through the low back. And as you breathe out, send that breath down into the earth, grounded, stable. Whatever quality you've chosen with each breath, you're sending roots down into the earth to strengthen this. So that whatever the day brings, this is your foundation, this quality you've chosen. And then breathe and take the arms high once again. Breathe out, fold forward. And then stepping the right leg back, coming into a warrior position. So you make it harder by taking the legs wider. You keep it easier by keeping them close together. You choose heels in line with the back arch. And find those 4 corners. Again, bend into the knees so you can feel the weight coming down into the earth. And then bend into that left knee. Have it tracking over the ankle. Take the arms high. And then we come from here into warrior 1 as you breathe in. And breathe out, warrior 2. Your focus is on your feet. So as you keep breathing and switching from warrior 1 to warrior 2, that out breath, you grow the roots down. I'm going to keep talking you through some alignment. You keep going with your breath. So really press into the blade side, the pinky toe side of that right foot. This is important. As we learn how to keep our arches strong, our toes should be able to lift and wiggle, and you can still feel the 4 corners of your feet, 2 at the ball, 2 at the heel. Then we learn how to stand on the earth with good posture, and that comes up through our knees, our hips, our back. Breathing in. Last one, deep roots, whatever quality you've chosen. And then turn your toes to face forward so you're in a wide leg bend. Look down, the toes are coming forward, your weight's coming over more onto the pinky toe side. The knees are slightly bent again. You can feel the four corners coming down into the earth. Fold into a forward bend. Breathe in, rise, lift to the sky. Press into the outsides of the feet. Knees are slightly bent as you come down. Feel that you're pressing the feet away from each other, just as we did when we were standing to begin. The legs are actively pressing away. Breathe in. You can feel that there's an arch in that instep of your foot. Breathe in, lift from the base of the spine. It's a flat back as you come down. Last one, and a flat back as you rise. And then come back into warrior. Pause for a moment, press into that right foot, look over the left hand, and then bring the arms down, coming into plank position. So you can modify on your knees, or you can be in full plank, you choose. And once again, I want you to feel your toes and just come backward and forward. So have the core strong, so pelvic floor is lifted, lower abdominals from the belly button are tucked right into the spine, but we're focusing here on our toes and getting some warming up. I know somebody that's on with us this morning is going to really appreciate this one. Breathe in here and hover over the front of your fingertips here on your tippy toes, and then float yourself down with strength. Come up into Sphinx position, so elbows are directly under your shoulders and they're tucked right into your sides. So they shouldn't be splayed out here. They should be tucked right in. Fingers are splayed. Breathe in, lengthen through the spine. Breathe out, tuck the chin down to the throat. Breathe in, warming up the lower spine, lengthening, beginning to find strength behind the heart. And out. One more time. Breathe in, really press into the elbows. Make yourself really long. Hold here and breathe normally. And again, spread your toes and press your big and little toes down. And then activate your legs. So draw up your kneecaps and try to make yourself as long as you can from your toes to the crown of your head. Breathe in. And then breathe out, fold down, and we're going to rise up into downward dog. Again, pressing the toes down, really getting some flexion in the toes as you bend the knees. Spread the toes wide and grip the earth as if you're trying to pick up a pencil each time that you press one foot down and then the other. So clutching the mat with your toes, pressing down one heel and then the other, pressing into the base of your fingers rather than the heels of your hands, just for a little bit of love for the hands. And really lift the bottom and press through the shoulders and let those ears drop between the forearms, or the upper arms, sorry. Lovely. And then you're going to take your right leg forward, coming into warrior on this opposite side, rising up. I'll change position so you can see. So again, you make it harder the wider you go apart. Check that that forward ankle is, or heel is in line with the back foot. Breathe in, warrior one. Breathe out, bend into that knee, sink in, warrior two. So we're just going to flow with our breath this way, in for warrior one, out for warrior two, as I talk you through your alignment. So firstly, remember your quality. Warrior brings strength and determination to that quality. Each out breath, focus on the feet and breathing that quality like roots into the ground. Find the pinky toe side of your left foot and really press it down firmly. As you do, squeeze that left glute. If you've got more strength, bend more deeply into that forward leg. Spread the toes wide of each foot, and you should be able to lift and wiggle them and still feel the four corners of your feet connected to the earth, growing roots of whatever quality it is you've chosen. And then turn the toes to face the front. Look down, they should be going parallel forward. Press into the pinky toe sides. Slow down. This time as you press into the pinky toe, I want you to lift the right arm to the sky. The back is flat. Stretch through that shoulder. Breathe into center. Breathe out, take the left arm to the sky. Feel some opening here into the inner thighs as well, into the shoulders. If it's okay for your head and neck, you're looking towards your hand. If that's too strong for your neck, then just look down or wherever it's comfortable for your neck. And the legs are active, pressing away from each other, but you can still feel all four corners touching the earth and the toes spread wide. Give your toes a little wiggle. Come back to center and walk or hop your feet back to hip width apart. Bend the knees deeply. Breathe in. Rise up. Breathe out. Hands come down. We're going to come into our first tree pose. We're going to modify it. So the weight is on the left leg. You're going to take your right leg just out to the side. Feel the four corners. Wiggle your toes. This is your in-breath. Your out breath, you come into full tree. So that might mean the toes are on the ground or up on the leg, but we're not going to use our hand to tuck right into the groin for this part. So breathe in, extend. Breathe out, come into tree. We're finding movement here so that we don't get stuck. And we can feel the change of the weight on our left foot. All the little muscles working in our ankle and our foot, up the leg to keep us balanced. You can choose not to put any weight on that right leg as you extend it. It's up to you. And feel that the breath is flowing in through the low back and down to the earth. Last one, hold for a moment. And then breathe in, lift to the sky. And breathe out, open wide. Weight comes over onto the right leg. In breath, stepping out. Out breath, tree. In breath. Find your flow. Focus on that right foot. And with each out breath, grow roots of the quality that you've chosen into the earth. So that whatever the day brings, you're standing like a great tree, deeply rooted in the midst of it all. And hold here, breathe, feel strength and grace. Breathe into the sky and breathe out, come back into mountain pose. Stand tall, feel the strength through your feet radiating down into the earth. Breathe in, take your arms high. And breathe out. We're going to flow down and come down onto our mats. We're going to wake up our core before we come into our second round of tree. So now we're going to focus on the trunk of our tree. We're going to begin in a funny pose called cosmic egg. So you're going to squeeze everything together. Try to balance on your bottom here. Breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're going to come into a modified boat. So breathe in, squeeze everything in, breathe out, modified boat. So you're having a sense of lifting through your pelvic floor, the lower abdominals from the belly button to the pubic bone, are tucking into the spine. You're resting when you need to. chin is slightly tucked so the neck is protected. And you're extending as far out as you like. You can have a play with both, really making it long, even straight with the legs, or you can keep it really soft and keep everything still tucked in a bit. You decide. We'll do 3 more. Keep that pelvic floor lifting. Feel your muscles working hard at your core. Last one. Oh, beautiful job. And then come over onto all fours, or sorry, onto your bottom. Have your ankles crossed. And we're going to really firm the core and have a play with rising to standing. But before we do, I want you to take your arms high and just stretch up as if you're climbing a ladder. So you need to find some lift. Lift through the ribs. Use your core muscles. Use all these amazing supportive muscles you have that support the spine, that keep your torso tall so you're not collapsing through the ribs all day. This is the trunk of your tree. You want it rising towards the sky. So from the low back down through the legs, you're growing roots, but from the low back up, you're growing towards the sky, finding strength there. And then keep those arms lifting, the ankles across, whichever way you like, and see if you can rise to standing from there. Have a little play with it. And if you need to bring the arms down and support yourself, do. Beautiful. Breathe in, lift to the sky. Breathe out, fold down. Breathe in, rise. Let's massage through the organs in our trunk. Remember the quality you're bringing. Massage those into your organs. And you're going to step your right leg back, this time down into a low lunge, or if you prefer, you can come to a high lunge. Either way, we're looking for opening through the hip flexor. If you're in high lunge, you're just going to get a bit more strength into that left hip as well. And so you're going to breathe in. What we're looking for is this length again. So stretch one arm up and then the other. Find length through the trunk. Breathe out, fold. Massage into those abdominal organs. Breathe in, pause a moment, lengthen, climb the ladder. Breathe out, fold and massage. One more time, press the feet away, lengthen up, find space for the ribs, and breathe out. Beautiful. Take the hands down. Come into our plank. Once again, you could have the knees down if you're modifying. And we're just going to make it a little twisty, turny plank, focusing on the feel of the strength through your trunk. Now, just because you're twisting doesn't mean you're dropping your bottom down or lifting your butt to the sky. You're still keeping yourself in plank position so that the shoulders and the hips and the heels are all in one diagonal line. And if your knees are down, you can do the twist as well, as you can see. So twisting, strong. One more breath here. Come forward on your toes, hover over your fingers, and bring yourself down. Beautiful. Breathe and rise up into cobra or sphinx, you choose. Breathe out, flow down. Breathe and rise. And down. And then we're going to work on our nice strong trunk here with our back muscles. So the hands come off the mat. Your legs are still extended. And you're just going to do like a little dance with your shoulders. Sort of trying to make figure eights with the shoulders, with the upper back. And feel those long extensor muscles working the back of the spine. Lovely. And then take the arms wide as if you're doing the breaststroke. Feel those muscles working. Keep the heart open. And if you want to add the legs now, feel the whole back body strengthening the back of your tree trunk, bringing this quality, this certainty. Just like a tree grows rings each time, each year it grows. All of life's experiences as you choose your quality from the inside out, how to approach life, be in the world. You make another ring, strengthen who you are. Lovely. And hands come down, tuck your toes, rise up into downward dog. And because of all that back bending work, really round yourself. Bend the knees, round the back. And then come into regular downward dog. Just let the heels come down. And then round the back and rise. And then you're going to bring your right knee in for crunches. You could do this in cat position if you prefer, making it a tiger pose, and lengthen. So if downward dog's not right for your shoulders or wrists, perfectly good to do this in cat. You're still getting that work through the core. And then change legs, left leg's high. And the higher you take that leg with your inhalation, the more you're working into the glute, which is so important as well. We don't want flat butts. It's not good for our hips, not good for our low back. Working the glutes and the core are so important for the strength and the health of our back and hips. Last one. And then bring that leg back down, and you're going to take your right leg forward now and choosing your lunge on this side. So whether you're going to bring the knee down into low lunge, I'll do low lunge this time to show you, or keeping it tucked so you're in high lunge. Again, high lunge will get more strength into that right leg. Either are going to get opening in the hip flexors. Breathe in, lift to the sky. You're climbing the ladder, lifting through the ribs, opening, lengthening. Breathe out, massage your abdominal organs, lift, lengthen, and release. Breathe in, lift to the sky, really long and strong, and breathe out. Arms come down. Tuck your toes behind. Bring yourself back into forward fold. Breathe in, rising up. Breathe out, sink into chair position. You want your spine long. Tuck the bottom under just a little, so you don't want your butt sticking right out, nor do you want yourself like a scared dog tucked under. You want that neutral spine in the middle, hands at the heart. Breathe here. Press your feet away from each other. We'll combine a little bit of grounding through those roots and feeling strong as you hold your core in space. Beautiful. Breathe in, rise up. Breathe out, come back down into chair. In this position, I'm happy for you to have a little bit more weight towards the heels. You should be able to twiddle your toes. Slightly tucked under if your butt feels like it's wanting to stick out, and lengthen through the crown of the head. Breathe in. Breathe out, come back to chair. Open your hands into the lotus mudra at the heart and feel that that quality that you're focusing on for today is there in the center of that lotus, flowing from your heart and your strength. And then breathe in, rise up. Breathe out, flow down. Breathe in, rise. Forward fold to upward salute just gives us a chance to rinse through all our organs. So good for our hamstrings, our spine, our shoulders. And then once again, taking that left leg back. I know you were just on this side. We're coming back through one more flow of this vinyasa, a little bit faster this time. So lift to the sky. Again, if you want to be in high lunge, you can. Breathe in. And out. Come into your twisty plank. Just 3 breaths here. Modify on your knees. If that's right, take your shoulder blades down your spine. 1 more breath. Come forward on your toes and bring yourself with strength down. Lift the hands. 3 breaths, dancing shoulders. Long spine. Lovely. And 3 breathstrokes. Swimming through the day. Hands under the shoulders, rising into downward dog. Tuck your bottom under, press through the shoulders. And then 3 crunches, the right knee comes in. Breathe in long. Right knee in on the out breath. Breathe in long. And really press that glute up to the sky. 3 with the left leg. Crunch in on the out breath. You know you can modify in cat. It's not cheating if you're being nurturing to your body. Remember, this is your practice and it's all about nurture. Lovely. And then you're going to take that left leg forward. Got to come around. High or low lunge. In breath. And out. In breath. Long, finding space. Lovely. And then into your forward fold. 3 chair. And sink. Either rise up with the legs coming straight for a break or just move the arms and stay here in chair. You choose. Make sure your bottom's not sticking out. And out. This time we all rise. And breathe out. Hands come down. Coming into tree again. So weight comes over onto the left. Keep that knee active. It's not locked. That left glute is active. This time, if you like, you can tuck the foot in to the groin or put it anywhere along the leg that you like. You could even have your big toes still touching the ground. If your balance is not feeling there today, you will still get the benefits of tree. Breathing in, arms come overhead. Breathing out, just let them rest there over the head. The hands in prayer position. Breathe in through the low back and breathe out into the earth. And then take the arms high once again as if you're climbing that ladder, finding that length through your torso. And then if you can, just a little sway side to side as if the winds are blowing through the day. Praise and blame, pleasure and sorrow, gain and loss. All the winds of life are blowing. Then bend the arms and see if you can make it a little twist. Whatever life brings, feel the groundedness through the foot, deep roots of whatever quality you've chosen, and strong and long through your trunk. Your core is solid. This is who I am. And then breathe in, arms to the sky. Breathe out. Give that left leg a little shake. Give it some praise. Well done. Weights onto the right leg. You choose your position of tree. You just want that knee coming out, but the hips not twisting. They stay forward. You want to tuck it in. My pants are actually quite slippery. And then the arms come overhead. Find some steadiness first. 4 corners of the right foot. You could wiggle the toes and see if you've got those 4 corners active. Knee is kneecap lifting, not locked. Right glute is strong. Breathe in through the low back. Breathe down into the earth. And then reach for the sky and find some length through your ribs. Notice if one side was easier than the other. This side's harder for me today. And then just a little side bend if it's there for you. If it's not, that's okay, or it might just be a centimeter each side. Remember, with yoga, we're playing with our body. We're finding what's available today in this sacred temple. There's no place we need to be. We're just nurturing, strengthening. Let the hands come down. Make it a twist if you can. As the winds of life blow, we're making sure that this beautiful gift, this body we're given, is nurtured, is looked after. What's so beautiful about yoga is that it just uses all these crazy muscles you might not normally use and all these amazing positions. It's so varied. And then take the arms high and breathe out. Feeling strong. Take the arms high once again. And as you breathe out, bring them to your low back. Support your low back, squeeze the elbows, lift the heart to the sky. Breathe out, fold forward. We'll do that 2 more times. Now, as we come into this last little flow, we're going to focus on our branches. So opening our heart, softening the shoulders so that we can lengthen our beautiful branches, and whatever quality you've taken, you can lift that up to the sky and continue to grow so beautifully as a human being. Take your right leg back into warrior position once again. Turn to face that left knee. Have the knee bent over the ankle. Bring the arms behind. Thread the fingers together. Press the palms and lift to the sky as you squeeze the heart behind the heart, and breathe out. Flow into that space inside the left knee. Take the hands as high as it's comfortable for you. And if you can, press the palms together. Breathe in, press the feet as you rise up. It's the feet, the roots that are allowing you to rise. And then bring the arms down, loosen into these shoulders. Breathing in, press the feet away, rise. Last one. Come down, stretch the shoulders up to the sky. Release the arms. Take that left leg back into your plank position. Just one breath here. Stretch over the front of your fingers and breathe out. Float down. Beautiful. Take the arms down by your sides. Palms are facing down. Roll the shoulders back. Look forward if you can, or if that's too strong for your neck, keep the chin slightly tucked, looking down. Press the big and little toes down, and then little pulses, just lifting the arms up, but trying to keep as if the pinkies, you're trying to touch them behind. Breathe here. Opening. Lovely. Breathe out, hands come down. Hello, Schnoo. Hands come underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes under, and rise up into downward dog once again. And so we're going to find a little bit of freedom and opening here in wild thing. So for those of you that know it, feel free to move into it. I'm just going to show you how you can modify it in cat position. So I'm going to do that first and then come into the regular wild thing. So from cat position, your toes are tucked under. You're just going to take your right leg over towards the left, and your right arm lifts and you open up in this way. So a nice supported wild thing. If you're coming into it from downward dog, it's the same thing. I think my dog's going to be in the way. Nope. You're going to take that right leg over, find the space behind you, twist, lift the hips, open the heart. So you can choose either one. Cat wild thing or dog wild thing. Come the other side. Whichever one you're in, the left leg comes over. Press into the right hand, lift the hips, stretch through the left arm. Feel that glorious opening through your heart. And then bring yourself back. Lovely. And then you're going to take your right leg forward so that you're in your warrior position as you rise up. Bend into that right leg. You know your alignment. Press the feet away. Thread the fingers together. Lift the heart. Breathe out. Fold forward into that space inside the right knee. Keep the legs low as you breathe in. Press them away from each other. Lift. Breathe out. Fold and open through the heart. One more time. Breathe and really draw the knuckles down that left leg. Breathe out. Fold. We're looking for this heart opening. And release the arms. Come into forward fold. Pause here a moment. A little sway side to side. And then bending the knees, rising up, lifting to the sky. Breathe out, hands come down. And so as we come into tree this time, you're going to have the leg wherever you like, that right leg, wherever you're comfortable. And you're going to take your arms high and then grow some branches wide. And you've got the Gyan Mudra with your fingers, so index fingers and thumbs touching, as if you've got lotus flowers on the ends of your hands. I'm going to hold for 5 breaths, but we could also add a lotus somewhere else. So if you feel stretchy enough in your hips and foot, then you can tuck into a half lotus with this right leg. And I'm only going to be able to use one arm with mine because my pants are too slick. So if I let go of my foot, it's going to slip off. And hold here in a half lotus tree. So we have 5 breaths in whichever version of tree you're in. Breathing in through the low back. Breathing your quality roots into the earth. Breathing into the low back. And down into the earth. And now as you breathe in, let that breath rise all the way from the earth up through the hands, all the way to the fingertips. I rise today in all my glory, spreading my branches. I am a beautiful, blooming tree of what? Peace, connection, joy, compassion, kindness, equanimity. What sort of tree are you that sits in the midst of all that comes and goes? And then release the leg if you're in half lotus. Take the arms high. And we all meet in Tadasana. I am a mountain of what? And then let's come to the other side. So now that you know where we're going with this, either bringing the leg into regular tree or bringing it into half lotus tree. If your pants aren't slippery, that might be able to tuck that in and stay there. Well, it can kind of stay there for me. And then the arms open. Create your Gyan Mudra on the ends of your fingers. That's not comfortable, I need to hang on to it. Lift through the spine. Breathe in through the low back. Grow roots down into the earth. Breathe in through the low back. Roots to the earth. Breathe in from the earth all the way up to the ends of your branches. And your out breath still settles you. In breath, growing flowers and blossoms of whatever quality you choose. So that as you move through life today, you'll be showering blossoms from your branches, of peace and joy, love and connection, courage and strength. And then release the leg. Oops, caught on my wire. Breathe in and breathe out. Tadasana, master pose. Feel your feet. Feel your core. Feel space in your ribs to breathe. Feel the crown lifting to the sky. I am a mountain of. And then just a little ragdoll twist. Well done on that flow. Hope you enjoyed it. I find it very grounding working with tree, but also beautiful imagery to think of our branches spreading, growing flowers. Thich Nhat Hanh often talks about walking on this earth with compassion and feeling that with each step you take, you leave flower petals of compassion and love. It's nice to think we can be a strong tree in the midst of all that's growing, all that's going, all the winds that are blowing, and leave little petals of whatever quality we choose. Sweet smelling petals. Lovely. And then come down onto your mat. Lovely. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let's do a little butterfly here. So butterflies are landing in our branches. The back is straight. Tiny little butterfly wings pulsing. Keep the shoulders back and the heart lifted. Not rounding the back first. Close the eyes and imagine these beautiful butterflies landing in your branches. And then breathe out and let yourself fold forward now. You could use your elbows to press the knees down. Let the chin relax. A butterfly coming to sleep. And then breathe and rise up. Swing the legs around, come back onto your back, and same thing, you're going to have the soles of the feet together and the knees opening wide. Now if this doesn't feel good for your inner thighs or your low back, you could have a cushion under whichever. Sometimes it's only one hip that doesn't like it, or you could have a cushion or a block under two, so you can see how you can support them. But if this is just not right for you, the other thing you could try is to have one leg extended. This is actually called a reclining tree, and the other knee is still bent. And we're just going to take our arms overhead for a moment and let those branches be wide. Still find this opening in the chest. Hello, Schnoobie. If you've only got one in the reclining tree, then change legs now. If you're in full reclining butterfly, just stay with you where you are for another moment, feeling the heart opening, feeling those inner thighs releasing. So if you find you're spending more time at home right now, in front of the computer, having to work from home or whatever's happening, all that sitting, tightening the inner thigh muscles. It's telling our glutes to turn off, rounding our shoulders. So we've really got to find ways to open up again. And then bring the knees together, bring the legs to the sky, come into happy baby. So it's really good to take a break, to do bits of this flow. And even better, come out onto the earth, take your shoes off, find a tree, do a little bit of tree pose to reground when you've been spending a bit too much time in front of a screen. If you like, you can straighten one leg and the other, if the hamstrings and inner thigh muscles are going to let you do that. Otherwise, just play with happy baby. And then bring the legs back in. And just pause for a moment, have the palms turned up, feel into your body. Hello, Snoopy. And whatever I haven't done for you, we're going to spend 2 minutes. Tune in. For some of you, this can be the hardest part of the practice. What have I not done? Listening to your body. This is your practice. You might want to do some twists. Maybe you have some exercises that you tend to do from your physio or wherever. Maybe you want to incorporate those. This is a good time to come into inversion using a cushion or a block underneath your sacrum to bring the legs into the air. For those of you who've practiced with me before, it's also a lovely time to put a block underneath your shoulder blades. Today I'll demonstrate with a little cushion. If my little friend's going to let me. I'm going to use the cushion. Normally I'd use a block just to open up into the heart. Just let gravity reverse all that forward bending. This is so beautiful and restorative. So 1 more minute, doing whatever feels nice for your body. I'll give you another suggestion. Another beautiful thing is to be in sitting forward bend. So we're opening into the hamstrings, but keeping it soft and sort of massaging into our feet, spreading the toes or any part of your body. How often do we give ourselves massages? It's so important to be connected to and nurturing towards our bodies. And then wherever you are, I invite you now to come down for deep relaxation into Shavasana. And so using whatever cushions or blankets to make that comfortable, we'll just do a short relaxation. Always, always the most important part of our practice as we seal the benefits of all that we have done. As you come down into Shavasana, or whatever's comfortable for you, make sure that you do bring comfort, especially to the low back. So if you need cushions under the knees, if you need to keep the knees bent, also check in with your neck. 2 very important parts of our spine that we always need to remember to look after. And beginning to feel the ground supporting you. Feel the whole back of your body in contact with the earth. And with each out breath now, have a little sigh and release into the earth. In breath flows freely. And sigh and release a little bit more of the body down to the earth, to the support of Mother Earth. Breathe in. And just let it go. Imagine perhaps that you are lying underneath a beautiful tree, a very wise old tree. And as you lie here, feeling the ancient energy of this tree, there's a sense that the life energy is also there and available for you. Feeling the deep roots that grow and spread underneath you. And feel your own spiritual, emotional roots intertwined, connected, feeling strong, and taking strength from this wise old tree. Beautiful, beautiful book, The Hidden Life of Trees. So I can't remember the author right now. He has a German name. I think it's Peter somebody. He's shown how under the ground all the trees in a copse, in a forest, are cooperating with each other, sending nutrients and water along their roots to each other, helping out trees on the edge who might be more exposed to the elements. Have a sense today, as you've grown your roots, of also being aware of your interconnectedness to everyone and everything, and how you can receive when you're needing extra support and nurturing, and how you can give when you're feeling strong and energetic. Lying under this wise old tree and feeling the flow of wisdom, of loving kindness through the roots, connecting, connecting, connecting. Feeling your toes, your legs, your spine, your belly, your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your fingers, your neck, throat, head, your face. Feeling the whole of your body. Breathe in this quality you chose today. And as you breathe out, feel it like a wave flowing down, filling every cell of your body. Breathing in, breathing out, this wave of peace, connection, kindness, patience flowing through your body. One more time, big breath in and out. And becoming aware of the sounds around you once again, of the day awakening around you. And have a sense of taking this yoga self and this quality that you've practiced today, taking it off the mat and into your day. Have a sense of what you might be doing today and how you can bring this quality into that doing. Have a sense of the challenges that might arise today in the form of people or other events or situations, stressors in your life right now. How can you bring this quality into that challenge? What would it look like, sound like, feel like? And then taking a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly opening your eyes with presence and awareness. Begin to move and wiggle the fingers and toes. And bringing yourself slowly up to sitting. It's right on 8 o'clock now, so if anybody has to go, I'd send you off with love. But otherwise, bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. As you come back and finish in the same place you began, sealing your practice, praise and blame, gain and loss, pleasure and sorrow come and go like the wind. To be happy, rest like a great tree in the midst of them all. And we'll seal our practice with one Om, bringing the hands into prayer position, breathing in. And acknowledging the sacredness within you, and the sacredness within everybody that's joined our practice this morning, and with all beings, we bow together and say Namaste. Thank you all for joining me this morning, and hopefully you're feeling strong through your trunk, grounded through your legs, and ready to spread your branches today.